In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Audi RS3 and comparing it to the old Audi RS3 to find out what has exactly changed, anything stayed the same. So let's get into it. So straight into some stats, we can see it's got the same engine, the same power unit, the 2.5 litre turbocharged 5-pot engine. The brand new 122, 400 PS, the old one 400 PS, same. Apart from the revs, this one's got 400 PS at 5,600 RPMs. But the torque's gone up by 20 Newton meters of torque. So the 2022 has got 500 Newton meters of torque, we can see here, compared to the 480 to the old generation. Same transmission, 0 to 62 miles per hour looks a little bit different. 3.8 seconds compared to 4.1 seconds in the old gen, so a few tenths there. And top speed 155 miles per hour, but if you pay a little bit more money, very clever Audi, you can get it up to 180 miles per hour if you pay for the RS dynamic package. So the new 2022 Audi, all cars get in the UK get adaptive dampening, plus what Audi calls the RS torque splitter. Maybe you've heard that terminology. It's a differential basically, and it can distribute a maximum of 50% of torque between the two rear wheels. So great for track days. You can send torque to the furthest wheel on the outside of the corner and really get that power down, making the car, you know, super agile. And actually the new 2022 Audi RS3, they love a lap around the Nürburgring, don't they? They love a lap around the Nürburgring. And they have the record for this class of car at the moment for 7 minutes 40.458. We'll have a look at that later on because I've got some footage of it. Then we've got an optional RS exhaust. You can get ceramic brakes, save 10 kilograms, but they'll probably cost you the cost of another car. I mean, ceramic brakes, do we really need them? Unless you're a whiz around the track, not every day. And then the new thing as well, the LEDs. So they've got an 8-bit configuration that say RS3 just underneath the headlights. Do you think they are a little bit of a novelty, or do you actually like them? I like them. Right, let's move on to having a little look at the exterior features and the differences of the cars. Now, looking at the car, you know, if you're a huge Audi fan, you can tell straight away the differences. But we've got them here side by side. We've got the old RS3 and the new RS3. And immediately the grille just pops out at you. They put this kind of plastic, thicker border frame which incorporates the lights as well, making it kind of have like a bit of a bionic look. I really love it. On the sedan, you've got a roof with contrasting finish. You've got the RS specific exterior color, Kyalami green. I want to know what you think about that Kyalami green. Is it something you would spec? Matrix LED headlights on the RS3. We got the Matrix on the old RS3 as well, but this one's got a different sequence on the checkered flag system just underneath the headlight. You can see RS3, it lights up, it does fancy stuff. Again, you know, is that a novelty or is it cool? I think it's cool. I think it's a good thing. And then the flared wheel arches. This has to be my favourite inclusion of the design. The fact the car looks wider and squattier and just brilliant. I love that. That's something I love on the M2, just those flared wheel arches. Now, here they've also widened the tread by 33mm on the front axle. It's got single frame and air intake, larger and new honeycomb structure on those air vents. You can see the air vents are bigger, they're wider. So that is pretty much the front, what we can see, old versus new. You just think to yourself, how did Audi just make things better? But they just make it bigger and more aggressive every time. And adding those flared wheel arches, and behind the front wheel arch they've got an air outtake which just looks great. The gap, just seeing that bit of black against the contrast of the colour, just is such a great inclusion to the design. So if we look at the back now, old gen versus new gen, and straight away the lights stand out to me. You can see that the old style is actually a little bit more subtle, a little bit more smooth, where this one's definitely more angular, looks kind of like a scalpel. It's got more sides to the shape of the rear taillight. So you've got rear LEDs in these, and you've got dynamic turn signals. And again, they call them coming home, leaving home sequence, where they flash up and do all kinds of techie stuff. The tailgate spoiler, you can also, on the sedan, you can spec it in a carbon for a cost, of course. And then again, an RS Sport exhaust system. another optional cost. And you can tell the bumpers changed, the inclusion of the black plastic vent that runs across the back. Kind of like the R8, when they upgraded the R8 with the facelift, they just ran it across the back of the car, and it looks great. And it just breaks up. I like how it just breaks up the contrast of colour. So you've got the Kailami green and then just loads of elements of black. So the black venting at the back is a big win for me. I think it's great. What do you think? And then it's a little bit more subtle, the way the exhaust pipes blend into the diffuser. Rather than the old gen, you've got a big kind of solid rectangular background where it kind of sticks out. It's a little bit more bulbous. But let me know what you think about the back design. Does the new one look a lot better? Some more exterior highlights I have right here. You've got this new air outlet. This is what I was talking to you about. This is my favourite thing. This is my favourite thing on the exterior design of the car. The aesthetic of this looks insane. It's got the air outtake coming out of that bulging arch, and it just looks incredible. I'm going to try and zoom in a bit here so you can see. Oh, that worked. Nope. Okay, let's do that. There we go. You can see the air outtake. I'm not going to zoom in for you. And then you've got an RS specific side rocker panel with glossy black inlay. Again, just working with those contrasting colours. The RS Sport exhaust system, would be great to listen to that and see this thing in the flesh. And then the RS specific bumper you've got at the back. That's a great shot of the hatchback. That's another one. Would you go for the hatchback or the sedan? Which one looks better? Oh, they both look amazing. Now they've got these wheels as well. These are RS specific 19-inch cast wheels. The way Audi keep developing and designing these cars, they just keep getting better and better. They're teaching us things we don't even know we want. Now let's have a look at some of the interior highlights, because the old RS3 had the pop-up screen that was cool. It was quite small though. It would go away, so it would look a little bit more minimalistic and clean and tidy in the car. But I think this is a lot better. We saw this with the RS4, with the review that we've got on the other Audis. The same infotainment, the 10.1 touch infotainment display. Now it's in the RS3. Awesome. You've got a heads-up display as well. We've got here in the highlights, and then a new RS runway design, which you can see here in the virtual cockpit, which is a little bit different, just basically a software update, a bit of a different layout. What do you think of it? Do you like the way the runway cockpit looks? But the center console, you can't quite see here. We're going to bring up a video, because the center console, I want to talk about that. Let's do it now. Right, so this is a promotional video that Audi sent out for the brand new RS3. I'm just going to pause it here. I'm going to pause it here. This is the center console, the new one. So obviously in the old one we had the automatic gearbox, the gear lever with the ball on the top, but they have some sort of aluminium tiny little switch here, like a rocker switch that goes back and forth, and it just reminds me straight away of the Q4. Although the Q4 has got a rectangular switch that you flip back and forth for the gears, they've got like a sort of a protruding switch here, and I don't know what that's like. I mean, yeah, it's minimal and it makes the center console look less busy, but what do you think? Is that good? Do you like that new center console? Let me know. Right, so let's have a look at the new RS3 in action. Let's see it on the road. So there's the lights, there's the wheels, wide wheel arches at the front, meets with the character RS design, all the jargon. And then you've got the touch screen there, the 10.1, that looks good. The green, the Kailami green, I want to see what it looks like. Actually, I've seen the Kailami green. I've test drove a TTRS with Kailami green. And it's bright, it's very bright in person. So it'd be interesting to see if people would spec that. So I think it's only fair we finish off with a little bit of footage from the brand new RS3 getting the record round the Nürburgring. So this is a little bit of footage that I found from the Nürburgring YouTube. And you can see here the RS3's blasting. You've got the driver's shot there, another shot there, and then you've got the view, and that is absolutely flying. So I think it was 7 minutes 47.58. But I think this is the last bit of the track. He's flying down here. He's concentrating hard. Look at that. Look at him go. There's the G meter on the left, moving to the right. And there you go. Look, this is what's brilliant. So on their YouTube channel, this comes up and blocks the time. There's the time. Well, brilliant. We can't see it. Brilliant, but we can see it there. 7 minutes 47.48. Pretty impressive. I've always wanted an RS3. I can't see me ever owning one, but this new one just looks absolutely epic. What do you guys think to the new RS3? I think it starts from around £50,800, give or take. That's starting from. And then you could pick up an old RS3 on Auto Trade or something like that. I saw one for about £46,000. What would you rather have? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like the new RS3? What's your favourite design? I've told you mine. Mine's the arches and that front arch air outtake. I just love that. Anyway, I'm waffling now. Throw me a like, comment down below, get subbed, and I'll see you on the next one.